Hey everybody, with the recent news that we've been hearing about items flow and ETA hen now supporting not just 5.10 but 5.50, a lot of folks in the PlayStation jailbreaking scene is starting to look for a number of consoles or a console that they can get their hands on where they can start playing with some of the goodies too. So, what I've been doing kind of behind the scenes is I've been working on something that I wanted to show you just right now. Any of you that are looking for a PlayStation 5, maybe on 7.61, or maybe you want to go lower than that and looking for a console that is around 4.03. With this guide, you will be able to do that pretty easily, but it's only going to be successful if more folks start contributing data. So I've taken it upon myself to try to solve a few of these here today. One of them being right now we have a ton of public data of what serial numbers match different types of models and firmware. So right now you can see we have tons of data about the PlayStation 5 Fat models, and this goes through the 2022 models all the way to 2023. And then we even have a number of different PS5 Slim serial numbers where we can see which Slim that you can get up to 7.61 here, and then starting to catalog some of the PS5 Pro serial numbers. I absolutely need your help. Now, I made a form over here on Google, and yes, since I logged in, I had to edit my email here, but this is a public PS5 hardware info. So you can supply your model number and then your serial number and just the first few digits, and there's an example, and then what firmware you're on, and then optionally, where did you buy it? US, Europe, etc. I'm trying to build this guide where US and Europe doesn't matter whatsoever. And then the last thing is anything else that you just might want to add to me. So with the data that is submitted in this, it is going to power this copy right here. Now, if you're like, okay, well, Michael, are you going to maintain it or whatever? Feel free to just go ahead and take a copy of this. Go up and just make a copy of this file. And then what I would like to do is I would like to get some other kind of trusted person in the scene to also have access to all this data. I would like to have multiple people that has access to the backend data. Okay, so let's go back and let's take a few examples here so you know how you can find yours. Okay, so the very first example is on the bottom of your PlayStation 5. You will see a barcode, and inside of that barcode, there is a couple of different things that you want to pay attention to. And the main one is starting right down here at the bottom. Now, for this example, this one starts with an S01. And so if we look over here in our chart, we can already see right now that there is an S01 right here. And the next few digits here is 4433. Now, if we look at this list right here, we can see right here is the twos. And I'm just going to scroll down gently through this list. You can see there's the threes. And then right here, we're getting into the fours, and we're looking for 433. So in this example, it matches up to an 8.60 9.00 console. And so for that, you obviously would not want to buy it. Now, let's look at a couple of more examples because we really need to get this point across. And one other thing just to quickly note before we do look at the next one is that is another example of a user submitted serial number. So with you all helping contribute, then we will be able to build a master database here. Okay, so let's take a look at another one here. And this one is CFI 1016A. Okay, so this already looks really good because we can see this is 10. And 10 means the max on that one is going to be a 4.50 machine. So I really don't have to look any further here. I can just go ahead and buy this one, and I know that at least I'm going to be on a 4.50 or under. Let's take a look at another example here. Now, this is another example of one that is not from the United States, which is why most of those older list was kind of focused on having a Europe list and then a USA list. And so let's look at this one, and it states that this is S01 and then a E43A. So looking over here, we can see we've got S01, and then we're going to scratch out that first letter. And now we've got 43A. And so 43A, this one is a bit of a gamble. This one, it could be a 7.61, 8.00, or an 8.20. And for this one, I would obviously pass on it. Now, there are a couple of things I want to reiterate here. So this is for brand new sealed consoles. So when you go out there to eBay and you go out there to Facebook Marketplace, you need to ask them very specifically these questions. And so the format that I use when I'm looking out on Facebook Marketplace or wherever is really just this right here. I state, hey, I'm looking for a specific model and was wondering if you can look at the serial number on the back and give me the first few digits. It may look like this, where X is an F or an E. And that's obviously just depending on what region that you're from. And I also want to spend just a second here to thank all of the people who's already compiled this data and has just made this available publicly. And all I've done is basically put it in a Google Sheet and then created a form. So the real heroes are all of these people located right here. So again, you can come over here and fill out this PS5 hardware info if you want to provide more data to help power this sheet. And I'm going to look at another kind of trusted person in the scene to get access to this data where it can live on regardless of whatever happens to me. Anyways, thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Michael out. Hey everybody, starting the very next episode, I'm going to start doing commentary. So if you have left a comment down below, then if I find it interesting, then I'm going to feature that on the very next episode. So definitely something to let you know, and I kind of wanted to keep that a secret, so that is why this is at the very end of the video. So thanks for watching to the very, very end.